Let's hit a couple. Yeah, let's hit a couple with each.
Never hit a practical hit in a wedge.
Well, we'll just go like 2-3 shots with each.
Is that right? Yeah.
Use the same like target. Because I wouldn't want 18 if possible.
Felt really nice.
I think the flight's definitely better.
Yeah.
Definitely better.
When do they come out? When will tour players be
You can take these now. Yeah.
What I've been able to actually, just because like I feel like these go better. I don't know, it's a mental thing, but I'm just hitting them like bit, not 3/4, but I'm just working on the swing. I don't really.
Just like do whatever you want to do. Like put it through the paces. Like hit some shots that you feel you hit on the course.
Yeah, say if I've got to jump at it a little bit, because I never ever would jump at it, but.
It's that sound there. It sounds.
So which one's more offset?
Oh, this one.
Okay, cool.
I think they produced the offset.
Wait, this is good. That's good. That's what I quite like. I always feel like less offset I look down on looks easier for me to hit.
Yeah, I think for a traditionalist sort of players who
Yeah.
really like to play,
Yeah.
that's what you want to see, isn't it? You want
Yeah.
to see like minimal amount of offset.
Well, my first ever coach, Kevin Theobald, he was a ball striker. Like he always wanted me to be a ball striker, so I wasn't allowed to not hit. My dad got me straight into blades. I played with
How do you hear that?
hit it good, but I think I probably came out of it a little bit.
I mean, obviously, when
This is like more. Say if my hand was like that.
yeah,
These are more like that.
yeah. So when you're talking blades, obviously you're talking just like millimetres and fractions of a millimetre,
Yeah.
really. Players, DJ plays blades and Rory plays blades, so they've used a lot of their feedback to put it into this one.
Oh, can I try my free one, please?
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to do a little bit of work on that now. So I'll get a couple of numbers off your one to start with.
Did we try this shaft before?
Yeah, that was the one we tried in the driver. I quite liked it.
Yeah.
I brought this one up to your fitting before.
Are these two the bigger heads than this one, or are they the same head?
So these two are big, a little bit bigger than this one.
Yeah.
So this is the other head.
Yeah.
Tends to spin a little bit less.
Yeah.
But it's in the same like gamer shaft as yours.
Oh, like the driver head that we tried from that time.
Yeah.
Can I try this one? Or?
And then these two are sort of, yeah, definitely. And then these two are slightly different, slightly stronger shafts. So
Yeah.
these are a little bit more in line with what your driver shaft is, i.e. like sort of X-Flex
Is it right if I
untipped.
still go for that one down there?
I think so. I mean, you haven't got. Just go straight for that sort of the mast behind the flag. Are you happy hitting on that line?
Yeah.
So what are the 3 different woods she's testing here?
So we're looking for a little bit less spin.
That's instantly looks better than it, James.
So she's been commenting that her free wood is the one club in her bag that she feels loses control a little bit of spin.
Yeah, that head.
So
I was telling you
bought
about
in
the
one. She's playing the Sim Max head, so I bought in the Sim head, which tends to be our sort of lower spin option, slightly more forward centre of gravity. So we're just going to compare that straight up, same shaft, just in a different head. And then she actually plays a really strong shaft in her driver, so I've brought up 2 other sort of slightly stronger shaft options in the Sim Max as well. If she likes the Sim Max head, we can just test the stronger shafts. That was good there.
This is a different one, isn't it?
Yeah.
This feels whippier.
Should be.
Feels
Feels softer.
yeah, somewhere.
Probably just feeling it in a different place.
Yeah, that's what I think I feel.
Because this is stiff flex like your one, but it's tipped a little bit more, so it's tipped a little bit stronger. I still think it'll be
That's
like
spinny. Can you see it?
higher, but it's not spinning.
Is this a smaller head?
It's smaller than your gamer, yeah.
quite like that.
It's definitely a hotter flight. It's way
Yeah.
hotter, isn't it?
Can I put this one in my bag?
Way hotter. Even those ones that are...
Do you call something, James? So,
Like I say, remember that one that I watched you hit?
yeah.
It was like, it seemed to move so
Going
much.
yeah, and it went in almost in like slow motion, didn't it? Like through the air. Like this seems to drive through it more.
Yeah. And it's not like falling left as much either.
Yeah.
So good.
How's that? That felt really good. Yeah.
That was the purest one you did.
Yeah. Yeah, my swing looked really good there.
That was great. This hit seemed a bit better.
Can we stick to this one?
Yeah.
Because that one I just feel just there.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you find all the tour players have that much feel, like dialed into the shaft, or is it more?
No, not all of them. It's quite specific, player to player, I would say.
Yeah.
They look like they're
Yeah, they do.
Yeah, some of them are really particular, and you can give them like half a swing weight heavier, and they'll notice it straight away, or like an extra layer of tape on the grip, and they'll almost like before they've even hit a shot. And then other players just wouldn't have any clue about that. Charlie's probably a good example of like she wouldn't know like what you're giving her, or that she would know what she likes and what she doesn't like. So that one spun 3,800. Good yardage again for your 400.
Struck that well.
Yeah, I mean that 4-iron is ridiculous.
It's the most club I practice with in the bag.
If I go onto those 4-irons, I'm not joking, there must be no more than 2 yards between all of them.
It is the most club I practice with in the bag, isn't it?
So you carried
first one to wear out.
Yeah.
your 4-irons there, 192, 190, 192, 194, 192, 189, 192.
That's pretty good, isn't it?
Okay, so she's got a 60, 54, 50 wedge combination in the mill grind 2 wedges. Pretty standard. She's got her own little unique pink and white CH stamping on there, which we were just saying looks really cool. Low bounce in the 60. Then obviously what we've been doing on a lot of work on today is the new irons. So Charlie's like quite a purist field player. She grew up playing pure blades, quite heavy steel shafts. So she's still in that kind of setup today, like blades, quite heavy 125 gram stiff flex shafts. So yeah, we've just been doing a little bit of work on those. So she's in the blades and pitch wedge through to 4-iron, just matching in basically her P730s with the new TPMBs.
Charlie, what was kind of your favourite thing and kind of difference between the two sets of irons?
I really like the way that these flew. They seem to go like straighter, where the other ones would draw a little bit more, where these ones went pretty straight. And I really like the ball flight. It seemed like it went through the wind a bit better as well.
Yeah, I think we commented the first thing we noticed was the sound. Sounded like a little bit softer. So I know that she was almost like a little bit reluctant to change because she just kind of was really liking her blades that she had. But I think with the new ones, they've got a lot of the qualities of the ones that she liked, like the kind of the way the sole works through the turf is very similar to the 730s. So I think it's like kept all the features she really liked about her old ones. Plus, again, like being a bit of a purist player, she likes like minimal offset, so there's a little less offset on these. So I think straight away to her eye, it looked really good. And even down into the long irons, I mean, actually some of the best work we just done there was with the long irons, I thought. So her 4-iron, she says, was quite unusual, was her favourite club. So she was absolutely pure in the 4-iron, so that's great. We've just done a little bit of work on the 2-iron. It's not something she's played since she's been with TaylorMade the last year or so, but
I actually had it in my bag for the 2015 Open, but it was a TaylorMade one. It was the old one of them, but I remember just having it in the bag anyway before I was with you guys. It was good.
Yeah. So she just commented she's been playing like a lot in the wind and stuff. So and she was like, you know, I remember playing a 2-iron previously and really liking it. So I bought up a couple of 2-iron options today. So we've ended up just going with the same shaft that's in her irons. A lot of people you'd see play like a softer or graphite shaft to be able to launch it a little more. But I think again, what she likes the feel of is a little bit more weight, you know, controlling the spin, keeping the flight down. So that worked really well in the 2-iron. So I think
because I played a links golf course the other day and I really needed this one in my bag. I hit my friend's actually 2-iron, which is the same, and it went really well, so I'm looking forward to hitting it.
Perfect for links.
And what do you notice kind of the big difference in ball flight between the hybrid and the 2-iron?
This just kind of soars through the wind a bit more, less spinny into the wind when I've got a shot into the wind, and I hit a good punch off it as well, and that kept it, didn't spin as much, did it?
Carry was probably about 6 or 7 yards shorter than the hybrid, but obviously the run out was a little bit more. So overall I'd say it was going maybe 8 to 10 yards further, just because it was running out a little more. But it's more about the ball flight and feeling like you can control the spin in the wind, and that's again like taking spin off and feeling like she's in control of the ball flight is probably something that's quite important to her. So I think that's probably where the 2-iron, when there's any sort of breeze, will come in really handy. So moving up into the 3-wood, that's something we've done a little bit of work on today as well. She was just commenting that she was seeing like a little bit of a spinny kind of miss with the 3-wood.
Yeah, high left.
And that was probably the only club in the bag where she was sort of really noticing it. And I actually walked a few holes with her at Brockenhurst and kind of spotted the 3-wood was a little bit spinnier than kind of the rest of the clubs in the bag. So this is the one she did have in her bag, which was basically a straight replacement for the M6 from last year. But we worked today with the Sim Titanium, so a slightly more forward centre of gravity. Again, just about controlling that spin for her. She doesn't want to see anything kind of losing control and kind of seeing it up in the air. She wants to see it all like flat and forwards. So that new 3-wood, basically same shaft, just changing the head for a lower spin head, and that seemed to work perfectly. Yeah?
Yeah, 100%.
And then she's in the Sim driver as opposed to the Sim Max. Again, the lower spin head option, more forward centre of gravity. Same shaft she's played for a long time. Again, same theme right throughout the bag. She's in really strong shafts, so shafts that would be pretty typical in like on a European Tour player's bag, to be honest. Probably stronger than most shafts you'd see on the LPGA. So she's in like an X-Flex UST shaft. Same shaft she's been in for a while, just keeping the feel the same, and she's just obviously moved along with the head technology, but kind of kept the same one sort of variable the same, I guess, and that's through the shafts.
And you've also put a new golf ball in the bag recently. What was the decision kind of for that change, and how's that helped?
Well, I was trying it down here when we, I think it was the beginning of the year, and I really liked it, and then we ended up signing the deal together. Like, it's been really good. Might as well keep the whole TaylorMade family in the bag now. But I really like the feel with it around the greens. I've been chipping really well with it, and that's something that I thought I was going to struggle with, but no, I'm pretty impressed with the ball. I really do like it.
Yeah, I think a lot of players like default to the ball that they've played with for a long time, and they think the ball's going to be the biggest change. Quite often it is, but I think we sort of said we were going to do a little bit of ball testing here earlier in the year, so we had like a few different ball options out, like with our current ball, a couple of other options of balls, and I think straight away it's always a surprise to the player that, oh, actually that feels really good, and like you see the numbers and the performance is really good, and then you just start working it through the bag, and I think it sort of had good performance right throughout the bag then, and then obviously you're only halfway there. She has to go and play it on the course, and that's where sort of her own feel and whatnot will come into play, but she took it away, and sort of all the feedback was really good.
Yeah, it was really good. I really do like it, and again, I was going to say I'm quite surprised with my short game. That's the one feel that I thought it was going to feel different with, and no, it's really good.